Hey y'all. Did y'all know that April is Stress Awareness Month? I didn't realize that or know that actually until I believe it was earlier this morning. I was like, what, really? I had no idea. So I'm just, of course, this video is going to talk about a little bit about that. And just keeping it simple. I guess I put it that way. But the only thing I do want to share as far as some technical is that I had no idea that it was created back in 1992 to highlight the dangers of chronic stress and of course ways to healthy ways to cope. Like I said, I had no idea this was even a thing. I guess I put it that way. They have all these other names for April and different things that's going on, different awareness months, like they do every single month. But like I said, I definitely love that this one is this month is about stress. Because like I said, I know I've shared in several of my videos, I'm sure, recent videos, how I, of course, became burned out, stressed out. This was back in October, November last year, actually. Started going back to therapy, was ready just to say forget everything and just leave and do all this stuff. And I'm like, this is just ridiculous and this kind of thing going on, just stressed to the max. And like I said, I had no idea. A lot of us don't know when we actually get to that point until something not clicks, until all the tensions break. I guess I put it that way. Until something, of course, something small may even happen. You just fly off the handle. I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this. That's what happened to me. And I'm sitting up here like, okay, now what is going on? And I had no idea that I was dealing with burnout, mental exhaustion, of course, overly stressed and all those types of things. And this ain't just happening on October, November. This is years, months, I'm sure, built up of all this stuff going on that I guess I may have neglected or just didn't look at or I just didn't think it was causing me stress. And a lot of us do that. It ain't just me. I'm sure it's a lot of us. Put down in the comments as if this is you too. Because a lot of us have no idea that we even stress until, like I said, something happens small that makes us blow up and we get all upset. Or something that happens with our health. Have blood pressure, diabetes, I don't know what else. I guess chronic pains, headaches, all those types of things. All those kind of things can come from stress too. And like I said, it's been several months now. Of course, I'm better now, as you can tell now. I'm more back on video and that kind of thing and all that kind of stuff now. But like I said, definitely I had no idea that I was that stressed at the time. But like I said, this has been years in the making. It ain't just been one day or one day last October or September something happened. This has been event after event after event after experience after experience after experience. And I had never taken the time to actually sit down to figure out what had happened or work through I can't say I didn't sit down and think about what had happened, but how it really affected me and what I was going to do about it. How I was going to help relieve my own stress. I never took the time to do that. I'm just, of course, in just like most of everybody else, in survival mode, just going and going and going, worrying about the next day, worrying about the next moment, trying to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner and go to work and do all this kind of stuff. I'm not thinking about how things are really affecting me. Telling myself the truth when it comes to those things. Yes, I told myself a little bit of truth, I put it that way, but it's not just about telling yourself the truth. It's about also switching the mindset behind the things too. I know that now too. I've been knowing that. I've talked about it before. I just didn't do it in my own situation, dealing with these things that had been going on. And like I said, it's not just that too. I had to figure out ways to help me de-stress. And people always say, because I was told, you'll de-stress, just relax and just relax. How the hell do you relax? That's the question I had. I guess I put it that way. But relaxation, I know, can mean many different things to many different kind of people. But people use like I said, blanket statements, just relax or go to sleep or take a rest or this kind of thing. Sometimes they don't even help. When things are heavily on your mind, you need to erase some things. Not erase some things. Well, maybe it is erasing things. But get some things out of your mind so that you can be able to have inner peace and to move forward. Like I said, I neglected that in myself over years. I'm pretty sure years and years. Even if it was the past year, it was still almost a whole year. But I'm sure this is accumulation of things, not just a one-time thing or something happened this day or that type of thing. It's been an accumulation of things, I'm sure, for the last several years that just finally caught up with me. And like I said, had me, of course, I'm just like, okay, this is ridiculous. I'm tired of this. I'm sick and tired. I'm about to quit my job. I'm about to quit this. I'm just tired of every doggone thing. And like I said, I had to get back in therapy in order to figure out, of course, working with the therapist, that kind of thing. And not just that, but of course, working with myself too. Because no matter who you go see, if you don't follow up and do the actual activities that they're talking about or the things that y'all discuss, nothing will happen anyway. You spend your money all day long and nothing will happen. You still got to take the actions in order to make the things start working in your own self. And I know that. I'm a social worker, almost 27 years. Trust me, I know that. I've spoken on these things. But for some reason, I neglected this within myself as well. Just, I'll deal with this tomorrow, or this will be okay. And just the next day, just something blows up all of a sudden today. And tomorrow I'm back to work and doing fine, or call myself doing fine and all this. And the family caught up with me. Like I said, that is stress. Stress just doesn't disappear overnight. Not even in a year sometimes. It just depends on what caused the stress. It could be trauma. It could be whatever else caused the stress. Relationships, kids, lack of income, or not enough income. I guess I put it that way, especially with everything going up. A lack of having enough income to even afford the basic things that you used to be able to afford. That is very stressful as well. Gas is over $4 here, almost $5 here in Tucson. And it's just like, okay, how much do they expect? Our paychecks do not go up. Like I said, that is very stressful. Food is very expensive. There's a war going on. People are stressed, don't know what's going to happen from today to tomorrow. That is stress too. And like I said, I had to look deep within myself to realize that everything that comes out of one ear and go on the other, all those things, not all of them, but a lot of them can definitely be stressful and can give me stress. I guess I put it that way as well, if I don't learn how to deal with it. Like I said, I had to start learning how to say no to certain things. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And I'm not about to listen to this or look at that. Because that's going to cause me undue stress that I can't do nothing about. I don't even need those things. And like I said, let me know in the comments, y'all, because I'm sure some of y'all can identify with this. I'm probably all of y'all, I'm sure. But like I said, definitely let me know in the comments as well if you can identify with what I'm saying. And you had some stress that you didn't realize was undue stress, and you never took care of it enough to, of course, to lessen the effects it has on your mental and your physical health. It's very important. Like I said, I had to start learning how to say no to different things. Again, no to people, places, and things. No to what, like I said, those things. I'm not going to look at this news. I ain't looked at news in probably, I know it's over 10 years, a long time. I hear stuff, and I only hear it to a certain extent. Otherwise, I'm out. I only want to hear the rest of it. There's nothing I can do about those things. I have to worry about myself first and foremost, and the household second. And that's something, like I said, self-care is the most important thing. I know I've harped on this, and other folks do all the time too, but I know that self-care does work. I neglected myself for so long, so I definitely know that it works when I have started doing it. And I'm supposed to be doing it 4 times a week. I didn't realize that in my session yesterday, my therapy session. I'm like, oh my God, I don't think on the weekends I do as much as I can, but I don't think I've done it 4 times a week. But I've got to get back into that, y'all. I fell off. I put it that way. And I was reminded of that yesterday in therapy. I'm like, oh goodness, it was supposed to be 4 times a week. But I got to make sure that I'm doing that to myself too, to make sure whether it's painting my nails, whether it's just relaxing, looking at a funny movie, whatever it is, whatever brings me joy and can help me de-stress and take all the bad, other kind of stuff away. That's what I need in my life, whatever it is. What is going on? Okay, what's going on? I don't know what's going on, y'all. I'm like, what is going on with this thing? Okay, let me move closer to the door. I don't know what's happening. All of a sudden it said the signal was gone or something. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Hopefully y'all can still hear me on there, y'all. Hopefully y'all can. But like I said, I definitely just want to bring this to y'all. Like I said, I didn't even know that it was Stress Awareness Month was April. And like I said, I will continue talking about some things this month. Just sharing my story and sharing other information about stress and that kind of thing. Mainly sharing some funny stuff too. Because for me, laughter is medicine, the best medicine that you can have when it comes to stress and mental health and that kind of thing. That's why y'all been seeing some funny posts and that kind of thing from me. I put it that way. A lot more lately. Because like I said, I know that helps me, not just y'all, but it helps me too. To de-stress, to of course laugh at something like, oh my God, this is crazy. That kind of thing. Like I said, it definitely helps me as well. And I want to share those kind of things with y'all. Not just with me and y'all like, okay, she didn't share them with us. But I'm definitely sharing them with y'all too. Because like I said, it helps me too. And I don't know if y'all can see these things on my wall. As soon as I figure out where I'm pointing at. Okay, hold on. It's the first, I had bought these stickers from Dollar Tree actually, y'all. And I read these almost every single day, if not every day. But it says faith can move mountains. Let me see. There is always hope. And let everything you do be done in love. Like I said, I read those every single day. That helps me too. To just remind me of those things. And I'm hoping I'm saying something in this video that's helpful for somebody out there as well that may be stressed and not knowing what to do or not knowing what's going on and why they so snappy. And because of course I was getting snappy at everybody. Even if the thing wasn't even that big to be, I guess, for me to get upset about. I was so upset, angry almost every single day again. I can tell you that from probably August to October, I'm sure that. Very angry, just over things that, and I'll talk about it in another video, but over, like I said, over things that probably wasn't even that serious. I began to get very, very snappy. And like I said, that's not good for me nor the people around me either, because they have to put up with that kind of stuff, and that's unfair to them. Whether they cause it or not, it's still definitely unfair to them. So like I said, this month I'll be sharing some of these, like I said, some of these things with you all that helped me and that's still helping me on this journey as far as my life and that kind of thing. Like I said, definitely, because I know, like I said, I'm not the only one that's has had stress, or I can't say it was a nervous breakdown. It could have been, I don't know, almost there, I'm pretty sure. But like I said, I'll definitely be sharing some of those things with y'all because like I said, I know there's others out there who are stressed as well and trying to figure out what the heck to do and probably have no idea that they've been stressed. But they're having all these symptoms, headaches and pain, and you're snapping at folks, getting upset all easily and getting depressed and all this kind of stuff going on. Ain't eating right, ain't sleeping right. Like I said, those were things that was going on with me too. And I didn't realize accumulation over time, all these things had caused all this. And I sat up there and just neglected myself in these areas. Still trying to push forward in survival mode, not worrying about those things. Oh, push it to the side to be fine. No, it's not going to be fine. I know that if I would have probably dealt with it at that time, things would have been okay, but I did not. Like I said, that was on me. Ain't on nobody else. This is my life. It's on me. So like I said, y'all, as we go throughout this month, I'll definitely share some things with y'all. And of course, I hope that something that I say or maybe post can help give you all a brighter day or help lessen some stress, I guess, in your life and that kind of thing as well. So like I said, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I just want to share this with y'all today. Because like I said, I had no idea that it was Stress Awareness Month for April. And I'm going to push this the whole April, probably the rest of the year, because there's all kind of junk going on that we need stress from everything. Kids, wars, politics, all this stuff going on. Family issues, relationship issues, work issues, that's a whole nother bag, y'all. That stresses us to the max too, especially for those of us, whoever's working, I put it that way. So like I said, definitely, that's not exempt either. A lot of stuff causes us stress. And it has caused me stress too. But I did not deal with it at that time like I was supposed to have. But now I got it. I put it that way. Now I got it. And like I said, I hope y'all get it too. So like I said, let me know in the comments, what's one thing that you know that's in your life that stresses you to the max? Let me know in the comments, y'all. But like I said, we can have a chat about it. So let me know in the comments, y'all. Again, this is Tanetta. Peace out, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a good night, y'all.